happening, everybody? We welcome you back to another episode of San Diego Prep Insider. We are closing in on, I guess this is going to be the last regular season interview we do for fall 2023. We are lucky enough to be joined by the Tri-City Christian football team that, as of this recording right now, is 8-1. If they lose, it is not the media's fault. I swear it is not a curse that we have bestowed upon this team. It's just accidental. They are not here to talk about potentially losing or anything like that. They're here to talk about the amazing season that they are having. Guys, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Let's go left to right with name, grade, and position, please. And then, Coach, once we get to you, I always go name, and then if you know what grade you would be in at this point in life, you're welcome to go with that. If not, the total number of years that you have been at the school. Let's start over there.
My name is Joel Valverde. I'm quarterback and safety, and I'm a junior.
My name's Mio Lorenzo. I play DN, corner, and just a little bit of receiver. I'm also a junior, yes.
I'm Charlie Denning. Fullback and linebacker, and I'm a junior.
I'm Logan Dation. I'm a junior, and I play wide receiver and outside linebacker.
I am Neil Bright. I'm the head football coach at Tri-City. I've been there. This is my third season there, so I've been with these guys since they were freshmen.
All right, so guys, let me then just ask this. 0 to 100, if you had to grade where you're at the season, I know you're going to tell me, we're focusing on one more week, got to get through it. But, at this point, you got a pretty good sample size. You have to be pretty happy overwhelmingly. Yes? Someone help me out here with what is the grade that we are giving to ourselves so far at this point in the season?
Judging that we're 8-1, I would say probably somewhere in the 90s range, but there's definitely some room for improvement, obviously.
So low 90s. You feel like in the next week to 2 weeks, depending on when you guys, if you get a bye or not, will play your playoff game. You feel like there's still some room for this team to maximize.
Right. Yeah.
Where is that? Is that on the offensive side? Is that on the defensive side? What do you guys feel? Because you've played a couple of really close games this year, and you've also blown the doors off some people. So it feels like there's a little bit of both ends of the sample size. What do you guys think is the biggest key? I know the quarterback's going to say offense is the biggest key, but what do you guys as a team think is the biggest key to focus on in these last couple of weeks?
I think we're mainly also trying to focus on both sides of the ball, so both defense and offense. But we're also trying to, grow as a team to improve as well. So, yeah.
For you guys, first week you take a loss to Southwest San Diego, a close game, but then you rattle off 8 straight wins after that. Was it something that Coach said that week at practice? Was it something that you guys decided as a team on the way home, after that first game? Is it what brought you guys together and caused this? Because sometimes teams have that moment where they're like, hey, we clicked at this, but you guys seem to have had it after a loss. So I'm curious how that happened.
I think it was just the realization that we lost to the same team 2 years in a row by 2 points, and it was one of those things where we can't have a repeat of last season. We need to pick it up, and we need to pick it up as soon as possible.
Coach, for you, was the experience similar?
Yeah, 1-9 last year, and then turn around and 8-1, potentially 9-1. Well, we got a big game this week, but just that turnaround, is something that I think me and the coaching staff I think we expected a little bit more than a lot of people in our community did, and maybe even some of the boys did. Just, we got 4 juniors right here that were all starters as sophomores last year, and that maturity that we've had from last year to this year is just, you can see that on the couch right now. And that's just kind of team-wide. And, last year that first loss was a little devastating to the boys, and this year was a little less devastating. It was, okay, well, let's get back to work.
So it's not necessarily the one moment, but the culmination of 2 losses in 2 years over Southwest San Diego is what has brought this group together to really be like, hey, we're going to reach our max. You guys, though, are a junior-heavy team, though. So is this according to plan for you guys? Do you feel like we're a year kind of ahead of schedule, and just wait till we get to next year? Because you got to be thinking a little bit like, hey, look around. We've all got at least another year, and we're just starting now to click.
Oh, yeah, I'd say we're definitely excited for our senior year, but we definitely did get that jump start for our junior year with, I would say, pretty much dominating our division and league. So, yeah.
Is it hard taking some of those L's as sophomores?
Definitely. Definitely.
But is it worth it?
It definitely is worth it, though. They were all lesson. All the losses were lesson, and they all just added up and gave us this big push this season.
And how has the response been on campus? The appropriate amount of people turning out? Like, is the student section been treating you guys well enough on Fridays, or do we need to gently remind some people?
Oh, for sure. We've had a complete opposite vibe around campus, from the student section to the administration. Complete different support and like community as a team.
Next game is going to be, you're going to close out the season against Orange Glen. Are we doing any scoreboard watching around the county to, like, are you hoping for a certain matchup in the playoffs, or are you guys just kind of like, hey, we'll take who we get because we feel like we're playing our best ball?
We're here just to play, so we're going to try to win. We're going to try to put up as much points as we can against Orange Glen. We're not going to try to strategically. We know whoever we play in playoffs, like, that's a given team. Can't look past it. We just got to play. So we're taking it one game at a time. We beat Orange Glen, then we got to go play a playoff team, and it's just got to win from there.
Coach, same opinion from you and the coaching staff?
Yeah, I mean, one of our biggest emphasis this year was just, the current week that we're in. That's who we're playing. That's who we're focusing on. We're, I tell these guys all the time, we're going to, keep working to be the best version of ourselves, and we're going to try to keep that mentality throughout playoffs. So, whoever they put us against in that bracket, we're going to look at that team that week and not really worry about the rest of it until it comes.
The sign of a good football program when players and coaches alike just spout off the most mundane sports cliches possible. We're prepared for every 1 week. Like, they have, like, not the teams that have the chance to say that are the teams that are winning all the time and therefore getting the annoying, how do you feel about this year questions? So congratulations, guys. You've reached the land of being able to spout sports cliches about yourselves. So obviously the on-field success, you can break it down into numbers, X's and O's and all that, but I'm also curious sometimes, like, this success comes because of X, Y, or Z, just like the glue guys, if you will. The guy that always plays the music at practice, or the guy that is the backup offensive lineman that always has everybody laughing or whatnot. So who has been some of the more critical team, like, spiritual guys this year on this journey?
It's definitely not one person. We kind of all matured as a team. Definitely got more leadership from the captains and non-captains. We had some rough summer practices where we just we became a family this year, and that really we all just kind of push each other, and each one of us knows how to lift each other up.
I mean, we only had 3 seniors last year, so it's a lot of the same team coming back to play and change our year. So the maturity as a team really came together this year.
So you guys are saying you all as a group of now juniors, last year sophomores that were on varsity with a small senior class, you feel like you took the off season to mature and be able to hold yourself more accountable, like, as a group, and not have to have just like, our 2 or 3 captains are out there cracking the whip and everything.
Yeah, definitely. I would say we really just, like, came together almost like we just were like, we're sick of losing. Let's really take it serious this year. So, yeah, I guess that's just the best way to describe it. We're sick of losing.
Hey, that's a pretty succinct, on-point way of. I've heard NFL guys saying that this year. Some of the Denver Broncos have been saying we're sick of losing after all these years. So it's something that affects all levels and whatnot. Yeah, let's see your quarterbacking skills if you can get the intern's ball out the door the rest of the interview. For you guys, what has been on some of the pregame playlists, or what's been playing at practice? What's the team music that's been keeping you guys focused this year?
That's funny you say that.
Hit me with it.
Because, with, being a Christian school, we like to keep it PG, if you will.
I would assume it's not just like to, I'm assuming it's have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is have to.
Yeah.
We usually get down to, like, some, like, every once in a while we get down, those, like, the weird white girl music. That's pretty much what this dude plays.
Okay, so what is that? That's pretty. That so far is pretty vague.
Yeah, that is vague. I don't really.
You know some of the songs. You know some of the artists.
I mean, I've heard Bruno Mars. I've heard, like, Katy Perry.
I mean, any song that the whole team could sing along to. Definitely Bruno Mars up there.
Yeah.
So you're saying the team right now more than capable of singing along to Bruno Mars here in studio.
For sure.
More than capable.
Yes. Who's the best singer on the team?
Oh, for sure.
Joel Everett.
Come on now.
Quarterback.
You he might make you sing, right? If you.
Well, then let's hear it.
Oh,
yeah.
shoot. What you want to hear? Let me know.
Anything. What's his best musical styling right now? What is going to get clipped
give me a
on
song.
Instagram?
Give me a song. Okay, look, I'm sick right now, man. I can't, you know.
He is sick.
I'm sick. The voice ain't the same, you know. Sure, how that start? It goes. Give me. Oh yeah. Hold on, let me pull up the lyrics real quick. Give me a sec. You know what I'm saying?
Coach, you have is this a pretty accurate reflection? Like, is this 60-second summary of what this group is like? Is this the dynamic that you guys have been treated to all off season?
Yeah, and it never stops. It's just all the time. And one thing that we get to do at Tri-City that I love is right before camp we go on a retreat. We did a 3-day, 2-night retreat just out in the desert. Stayed at this Christian conference center, and it was just 3 days of this. Just 3 days of these guys being goofballs and just hanging out, and it's fun to be around.
So that goes back to what you said in earlier parts of the interview. And if you do want to sing this, just you give me the thumbs up when you're ready. When you got the lyrics. Obviously not that clutch of a quarterback. Don't let him have to throw the ball.
Chill.
I'm messing with you. But this is kind of what you were saying at the beginning of the interview, where this is what you and the coaching staff saw. Like you knew that this team was good. You knew that this team had personality and talent on all that kind of stuff. So what's the rest of the roadmap? I mean, are you guys already thinking state, or is this next year state? Like, you seem to have a pretty high bar set for these guys.
Yeah, I mean, in the D5 AA, it's interesting because we don't get that state opportunity, so that's a little bit new this year. And so, we had a discussion during camp that our standards were that we were going to compete for a league title, and we're doing that this Friday. And then after that we're going to compete for a D5 AA championship. And so, we got this game to go, and then we're just going to keep on the grind of what we've been doing. And I expect us to be in that championship game and compete in that game. And they've risen to every expectation that I've given them this year. And so I think that they're just going to keep pushing to keep doing that.
League title sounds pretty good, yeah? Is that
for sure?
That's something that you guys have been hoping for a minute now?
Absolutely.
What does I hate talking playoffs because football playoffs truly to me are a complete randomizer. The ball is not round. Things bounce the wrong direction on a whatever. For the first time in 6 months, it rains in November, yada yada. Like, I hate, so just talking in the vacuum of like by the end of this season, if you guys walk away league champs, that has to feel pretty close to mission accomplished. Like, that has to feel like that sets you guys up to have more people be interested in wanting to come out next year, to have more numbers, to have more success, to have more, like, just feeds off of it. So it feels like that maybe gets the monkey off your back if you guys can walk away league champs, or what's the expectations for you guys?
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's one of our main goals of the season, but we can't just, like, take that as our only thing to come away with. We still want to
we won't settle.
Finish something in playoffs and make something happen in playoffs, not just settle for the league championship.
Is part of it the fact that it's the first ever 5 AA? Is that something, or no? It's okay if that's not a thing, because I feel like a lot of people struggle to even really know, hey, we added a division this year. But
I mean, I think for these guys, last year, look at the last 2 years that they just had. We were 1-9 last year and 2-7 the year before, and so we're in playoffs. It's kind of like we're talking about playoffs. Talking about playoffs. And they're just
playoffs.
They want another game, and we talk about all the time that you got to earn that right for an 11th game, and we've earned that right so far. And from then on, you're going to continue to earn the right for one more game, and that's just what we've always preached, and that's what they're. Honestly, this is kind of a mentality that I don't even know if they realize that they've adopted so far, and that they've really kind of taken to heart. So yeah.
All right, so Orange Glen, that's the last game, and then playoffs. We will have all the information, how you guys can check out everything that they are up to as they close out what is going to hopefully for them be a league championship season with a deep playoff run. Guys, let's plan on doing this thing again next year when you guys are starting to really peak as seniors also. This is pretty exciting. Let's close this out with, normally I like having, if there are seniors in there, say, hey, what do you want the legacy to be? You guys are obviously not seniors, so you're not going to be fully able to answer, like, what do you want the legacy to be? But I will give you guys a chance on the way out just to say, hey, like, what do you feel like you have accomplished this year as a junior class?
I'd say we really, took some people by surprise. I'd say definitely around our school, definitely around campus. People are surprised that we're doing as well as we are. But I'd like to leave a legacy of we just grind. Like we're just at that grind. We don't give up. Just because we had some losing seasons, just because we had some rebuilding years, doesn't mean we're not gonna get back and keep trying, keep getting that title.
Grind and give all glory to God for sure.
Love it. All righty. There you go. That's all you need to know. We'll talk to you guys next time, sports fans. Thanks for tuning in.